Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Piofiore 1926. Just continuing Nicola's route. I have an obnoxious bird with me who is eating my headset. You need to simmer down, bird! Oh my lord. Anyway, continuing where we left off in morning. Morning arrived. Shocking. I was doing my usual chores of sweeping up behind the church. Even as I worked with the broom in hand, I couldn't take my mind off the upcoming weekend. Since I'll be gone, I'd better get as much work done as I can. Just then... Takes forever for nothing to happen. Though it was still early, I heard the sound of footsteps approaching. Oh! I kind of should have known that you were... Didn't we say this, like, in Yang's route or whatever, where, like, he's going to show up pertinent in these because, like, he hasn't in anything else? Voice. I really do. It's been too long. Like, it's just really sad when I have to take such a huge freaking gap. You know, anyway. There stood a young man wearing a black robe. He was slim in stature with fine golden hair. What stood out the most were his unusual eyes. Looks so beautiful. And I'm kind of curious as to why we decided we had to have another character with heterochromia like frickin' Orlok. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I just heard a weird fucking noise, and I'm like, is that my fucking computer? Is it like the game? How's that? Like, anyway. I kind of forget his voice. Well, whatever. Anyway, have my eyes caught your fancy? Oh, I apologize for staring. We know he's kind of evil, so whatevs. I hope you know I didn't mean to offend. The young man smiled warmly. And not to worry. Are you a sister of this church? I'm not yet a postulant, but I've lived here since I was a child. Ah, and what of your parents? Well, I consider the church my home. Everyone here is family to me. I see. Have you come from another church to see Sister Sophia? Or rather you, Spacey. My name is Teo. I'm a priest associated with the office. The office? Office, a department of the church overseeing certain liturgical traditions. I.e., like, Orlok and shit. Whatever the fuck they're called. God, why can't I think of the word? Anyway, the office? Indeed, the office in charge of overseeing the Key Maiden, among other things. Oh, that's true. Is Emilio dead in this one? Like, because that's usually Emilio's job, but, like, where the fuck is Emilio? Where's Emilio? We haven't yet gotten to scream Emilio, so there you go. You're welcome. I'm sorry. The Key Maiden? Do we not know what the Key Maiden is? Okay, listen, bitch. We're in a Falzone route. I mean, okay, it's a Francesca route, but still, it's like basically we're with the fucking Falzone family. We're in this fucking route. We should know what this shit is. Okay? Come on. I hadn't heard of such a thing, but Teo seemed to be just as surprised by my reaction. What? Okay. I kind of understand if you had no clue when you were kidnapped by Yang and then kept away. Like, whatever. That makes sense. But, like, in every other one of these routes, you should fucking know about the Key Maiden and shit, because this is, like, the whole fucking plot of the first game, and you didn't... Like, again, Yang's route would make sense if you're like, because Yang is fucking Yang, and he basically fucking imprisoned you and kept you away from all this shit. Makes sense. Okay, he's a total side piece. You know what I mean. Like, you've got, like, all the, like, Italian mafia churchy people over here on one side, and Yang's over there like, fuck that shit, you know? So, like, I get it, but, like, when you're basically fucking Nicola, who's, like, just the last name is the only thing that's different from him in a Falzone, I'm serious. What the fuck? Like, you should know this better than you knew it in Gil's route. This makes no sense. Like, that's how fucked up his route. Like, what? Really? In the first game? Excuse me? What? That makes no fucking sense. Makes no fucking sense. And I understand that means the first game made no motherfucking sense. Not this one. This is going off the first one. But I just can't... I really don't remember it not making any, being like, that makes no sense. So dumb. The hell? Well, okay. Alright, whatever. Fucking bizarre, but I guess that's where we are. Huh. Do you not know? I'm sorry? I'm afraid this is the first time I've heard of it. Seeing my confusion, Teo sighed. It seems the Keepers of the Grave have not informed you of the truth, given all that's happened. Perhaps they refrained from doing so as a kindness. Keepers of the Grave? It was another term I had never heard before. I mean, okay. So I remember in the first game, we porked Dante pretty much like the first second we were alone with him. There was some, like, shit happening. And, like, obviously, nothing ever happened in Orlok's route because he's a good little church boy. So, like, we're going to get married and it's still going to be 2 years before anything happens there. And we know damn well we were doing Gil. I mean, hi. Also, Yang wouldn't have stopped at nothing would have stopped him. And I know in bad endings, I remember that one in particular that had a really beautiful CG. And, you know, like Nicola locking us up and buying us new dresses every day because he basically ripped them off of us. Listen, Nicola, I'm fine with you locking me up and having your way about with me all the fucking time. But, like, could you leave my dresses intact, please? Because I like them. Okay. I'll take them off. Just shut it out. You know what I mean? But, like, so that bad ending, obviously that shit was happening. Did we not, like, I'm just kind of curious at this point then. We have no idea who the Keepers of the Grave, the Key Man, we know none of this shit. Okay, that was the main point of the game. We know nothing. Have we not had sex with Nicola? Because I just feel like he's not the kind of guy who's gonna wait. He's not gonna, like, I feel like Dante would have been like, no, that's fine, I'll wait. And Nicola would have been like, fuck no. He had just kind of between Dante and Yang in the waiting. Yang had been like, I don't fucking give a shit. No does not mean no. It doesn't mean a damn thing to me, because Yang will do what he wants to do. That's why he's trash, but we love him, it's fine. And Nicola would kind of be in the range where you're like, look, he's nice, like, oh, never mind, he's swinging to the, like, you know, kind of in between, but he ain't gonna wait very long. And then he's going to turn into Yang and just take what he wants. I'm just throwing it out there, okay? That's just, you know. But, so now I'm like, did we not do him in the first game? Because I feel like we're not the key. Well, actually, we still would be the Key Maiden. Because it's their bloodline. So it's fine. But, like, just kind of feel like we should have, like, you know, now I'm just all up in arms with, like, what the fuck is happening? What happened in his fucking route? Nothing? Alright, anyway, it was another term I'd never heard before. Come to think of it, back when I was staying with the Visconti... Oh, yay, Oliver! I know I loved Oliver in the first game, but it's just kind of funny that, like, I think I love him the most in the second, and I don't know why. He was just, come on! In Gil and Orlok's route, he was the MVP. He was just such a fucking grandma. I love him. Anyway. First of all, you need to understand that you're someone special to the church. Special? Me? He said that I was someone special to the church, but he didn't provide much in the way of details, and the conversation was left at that. So many things had happened since then that I had completely forgotten about it. In fact, I hadn't thought it was anything to be concerned about, especially once everything had settled down. Is that what he's referring to? Mother Teo, would you tell me more about this Key Maiden? He, like, looks 15. I mean, I love him, but he doesn't look like, what is he, like 20? Give me a break. That I cannot do. If you've not been told, I cannot give you any details. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Slap him and be like, you will tell me what I want to know! Just actually don't do that. He probably likes it. Seems the type. If you wish to know, there are those you may ask. Dante Falzone, or perhaps Nicola Francesca. It's like, he knows exactly what we do in the dark. With that, the young man turned and left. Oh, he is trying to incite a fight with me and my boyfriend! Stop that! Rude! I repeated his words in my mind as I watched his black robe flutter in the wind. The office, the Keepers of the Grave, and the Key Maiden. Although those words were new to me, each stirred my emotions in an ominous way. And now my boyfriend is hiding shit from me, and she's gonna get all angsty, and he's gonna show up like, "What's up, babe?" And we're gonna smack him and be like, "What the fuck are you hiding?" He's not gonna know what's coming at him. This is all to incite just a fight. How dare you? Not surprising, though. I mean, he absolutely would. He's over there in the bushes, fucking doing that finger tap thing. Yes, fight, my puppets. I don't know, I'm moopy today. It was noon when I finished replacing the candles in the church and stepped outside. Ah, buongiorno! I turned toward the bright voice to see Leo with a cheerful smile. I fucking love fucking ruffle his hair. More than it's already ruffled, but... Buongiorno, Leo. Is there anything I can help you with? No, I was just passing by. I've actually just finished all my errands for the day. I'm so beat after running all over the place. Missing breakfast was a bad call. Look at his sad little eyes. Give him fucking a piece of bread or fucking a Pop-Tart or some shit. I don't know. I know Pop-Tarts didn't fucking exist, and I don't think they did. I don't know. Is that so? How about you join us for lunch today? You're here just in time. I'm afraid we don't have anything special, though. Really? You're a lifesaver. At this rate, I'd have collapsed before I ever got back to Fulce. Oh, Leo. I love him. His innocent response made me smile. I'm going to assume we read the Meanwhile story because we always read them, so... Storefront. There's my boyfriend. In between jobs, I stopped in front of a jewelry store I happened to pass by. Ring. I should buy one somewhere outside of town. Of course, it wouldn't hurt to have one handy, especially after asking her out of the blue. I should choose the perfect ring that I know she'd love. I love the fact that he's like, this is adorable, and we're gonna, like, fight and get mad at him for hiding shit from us, and he's just trying to propose. Stop it! As I gazed through the store window, the calendar inside caught my attention. I snapped out of it and briskly left the area. Calendar? What about the calendar? Anyway, his innocent response made me smile. Still, I could tell how busy he was, just as busy as Nicola and the others. I led Leo to the refectory, hoping that a nice lunch would do him some good. And again, like, if they gave us, like, the side stories with our side pieces, like, I'd be so fucking thrilled, because I'd get to date Oliver. Like, I'm here for that. Everyone would get to date Roberto, who's in love with him, and I'd be okay with that, because, like, the man's fucked up, but, like, you know, I'm not opposed to it 100%, you know? I think in the first game I was like, the fuck you bastard, especially in Nicola's route. But, you know, other than that, you're like, I mean, we've had trash love interests do worse, right? So, like, it's cool. And then you get to date Leo, and, like, not that I want to date Leo because I love him too much. He's, like, my precious child. I just want to protect him and take care of him like a puppy. You know what I mean? But, like, I still wouldn't say no to it. You'd be like, I don't know, you're so adorable, I love you so much. It'd be kind of fun. You know? I know. Again, personally not into Leo as a love interest, but I still wouldn't mind seeing how that story, like, progressed and, like, came about. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, after lunch, Leo ended up playing with the children until the sunset. Thank you. You don't have to stay so late. Oh, don't worry. I already finished all the work I needed to do anyway. Consider it my way of saying thanks for the great lunch. The children were so happy. Not often that they have a big brother stop by to play with them. Well, I had fun too. It's been so busy lately that this was a great way to take a break and relax. You just want to hug him and pet his little head and just be, you're so cute, pinch his cheeks. I love him so much. Leo left with a smile and a wave of his hand. Leo, Dante, and Nicola. I'm sure they're carrying much more on their shoulders than they let show. Saturday had finally arrived at the end of a week that felt exceedingly long. Ah! There's our beautiful bastard boyfriend. I went to meet Nicola outside at the time we promised and found him already waiting. Also, the man wears a hat, and you know I'm into hats, so it's cool. Nicola! To do the front-facing weird face spray. Ruins everything. I happily hurried toward him when he pulled me in for a kiss. Oh, hello. We got a CG. No CG of any of this? What the fuck? The game spoiled us by having a CG in like the first 3 seconds of the game, and then where the fuck are the rest of them? Of all places. I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist. I just missed you so much, Space. Oh, you. She says, oh, you a lot. Oh, you. Oh, like, feel like she says it a lot, and I feel like we're like an 82-year-old woman when we say it. I don't know why. I can't wait to be alone with you. Let's go. With a playful smile, Nicola took my hand and escorted me to the car. I hadn't been to the Francesca Manor in some time. I don't know if we've ever been here. This doesn't look familiar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're always at the Falzone Manor. Like, I never knew he had his own house. We probably learned that in the first, like, game, but I couldn't remember. Like, I had no clue when they mentioned it. I was like, huh? Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But, like, at the same time, because, like, you know, they're, like, cousins and shit, but I'm like, I just you don't live here? From the little I had gathered, it seemed that Nicola didn't often visit his own place. But because I could hardly contain my curiosity, he brought me over every so often. So he's got his own fucking house, but he's never there. Is it alright if I take you to my room? Yeah. Better than right here on the ground. But whatever. Like, it was kind of him to ask me first. He responded to my blushing nod with a smile. Look at that fucking look on his face. He knows what he's doing. He knows. We all know what we're about to do, I hope. Good. He gently laid a kiss on my forehead and led me by the hand into the manor. I mean, I love that. It's like, okay, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I just picked you up. Can we just get in bed right now? Because, like, I can't handle this. I love it. How sweet. Yeah, because I don't remember this room either. I like it. It's nice. After spending some time alone with Nicola, he and I decided to have a late supper. Spending some time alone. Can you listen? I don't want graphic details because you know I don't like to read it, but spending time alone is not. I just need a little bit more than that. After tangling up the sheets, something. You know what I'm just saying? Just, you know, make it a little more obvious that shit happened. I mean, it was obvious in Gil's route because I'm just like, I'm insinuating, but then I'm like, but I will insinuate and the game will be like, no, it was innocent. We were playing Parcheesi. Like, you know? This tastes delicious, Bartolo. An honor, Signorina. I don't know why I couldn't read what he was saying. As the head butler, Bartolo always ensured that a feast was prepared whenever Nicola returned. He doesn't even get a Sprite. Poor Julia, your husband doesn't even get a Sprite. The master very often savors the dishes without much protest when he's in your presence, which is quite assuring. The trouble is... Bartolo, not discuss this now. I'd like to enjoy the food. My apologies, sir. Bartolo was a very nice person. I was surprised to find how chatty he was when given the slightest opening. However, there is something I must relay to you, master. I feel like he wouldn't be so formal like this, and, like... But, you know, I got no other voice. As I'm sure you're aware, sir, it's Lady Vittoria's... We can discuss that later. As you wish. Lady Vittoria? Name wasn't familiar to me. Not me either. Good, so it's not just me. Ask about her. Don't ask. I feel like we should ask, but we should also not ask. Is it his sister? Is it his mom? Is it his fiance? I feel like he wouldn't have asked me to marry him if that was the case, and maybe he shouldn't, like, be sleeping with some other woman if he's got, like, some kind of, like, arranged marriage. I'm gonna assume it's, like, his mom or sister or some shit. Probably sister. Cousin? Not cousin. Probably not a cousin. Sister? Gonna go with sister. Don't ask! Oh, interesting. Interesting. Maybe I shouldn't ask. Huh. Nicola did stop Bartolo rather abruptly, so it was clear he didn't wish to discuss it. I get that. Okay, makes sense. Because then you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't ask because he wasn't like, oh yeah, we should send her card or something like that. You know, when I send her flowers, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, who's she? And he's like, oh, yeah, my sister. He's like, don't talk about it. So obviously he doesn't want us to know. Say, Nicola? The Aquapazza? Aquapazza? Okay, I'm just gonna... It's really good. Why don't you try some? Always make the food look more delicious. You think? Now that you mention it, Elena said something similar to me before. It's sort of embarrassing. But I like seeing you embarrassed. Before, when I made something you didn't like, you still ate it, didn't you? And that's why I like you, Nicola. Is that so? You're too adorable, Space. I don't think I can wait for Dolce. I want to just end our meal here and take you to my room. Again? Good lord, we just spent the whole day up there. Jesus, stamina on this man. My cheeks grew hot hearing Nicholas say it so naturally. Unable to respond, I quietly took another bite of my dinner. An enjoyable conversation over a delicious meal with someone I loved. Okay, meanwhile story. Talks. Ooh, and it's not Nicola, because we're here. Heyo? Already? Well, aren't you prompt? Il Duce must be very proud to have such an excellent aid at his disposal. I understand. I shall call again. If you encounter any issues, please feel free to let me know. I don't know if it's supposed to be. Will he be useful? Ah. It's you! We already know his name, so they would be telling us, so I'm assuming it's just what other random person is on the phone. Are we supposed to be going back and forth? Different voices? I don't know. I hate that when it's just question mark, and you don't have the voice acting on, because you don't know if it's two different voices. So it's like, it'd be just better if it was like, question mark, one, and question mark, two. Like, tell me, give me some indication. Aside from it going over different places. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway. To be honest, not at all. Not in the slightest. The best he can do is mimic Mori. Nevertheless, I may find some use for him. I see. Now we know it's Teo, because he said his name. But before, there was a little box, and it was further over to the left. And it looked like it should have been someone else, but I think that might have... Maybe it was supposed to be Teo, but it still had the question marks? I don't know. Anyway. He's only needed as backup anyway. His existence matters very little. After all, behind you is the great Secretary General of the party, Tarati. By the way, when did you return to Rome? I thought you had plans to stay there for a while longer yet. I have my duties at the church to consider. I cannot leave my post vacant for long. I will head back after attending to some business here. I see. So how was it? Did you enjoy your visit to Bologna? This guy does not, like, emote the way he's supposed to. That's me, obviously, reading, but it's like, I just wasn't like, oh my gosh, shit, I don't know who we are, so. It was much more boring than I thought, which is why I'm envisioning a new plan, and there must be a more interesting way to go about this. It sounds like you have something up your sleeve. Indeed. Interesting, okay. An enjoyable conversation over a delicious meal with someone I loved. There was little else I needed to be happy. I made sure to savor every minute with him. Oh, I bet. I returned to Nicola's room after a bath and saw him reviewing a number of documents. Nicola stopped and stood from his chair the moment he saw me. I'm sorry, I really shouldn't be working like this while you're here. It's okay. I'm just happy you made time for me despite all your work. And don't mind me. If you need to attend to work, then... It's fine. Here, come sit with me. On the bed. He took my hand and sat me down on the bed, sitting beside me. You must be feeling tired yourself, especially if you did all your work in the morning. Well, I did try to finish up quickly, but it was perfectly manageable. I don't feel tired at all. I mean... feel a little tired after all the work you made me do. I'm just saying, did we not just get busy with this man all morning long? Because it went from like morning to afternoon to night to dinner, and it's like a late dinner. I'm just saying. I feel like some shit happened, and I really don't think we were playing Parcheesi. Unless that's what the kids are calling it these days. I don't know. I'm not cool and hip, you know? As I thought back on the morning, I remembered the strange young man I met. Nicola? And that's weird because I feel like it feels like that happened the day before or something, not that morning. Time is always so fucking weird in this game. There's something that's been on my mind. Someone came to the church today. He was wearing a black robe and said he worked at the office for the church. His name was Teo, and he told me some strange things about a key maiden and the keepers of the grave. I asked him what he was talking about, but he said that he couldn't tell me, and that I should ask you or Dante. Do you know what he's talking about? Eyebrows. Just that slight change is like a totally different face right now. Yes, I do. Nicola then let out a brief sigh. He looked at me with stern eyes and continued in a calm manner. Oh, I feel like we're about to get, like, Hold off. I wanted to explain everything to you once things were settled. But can you give me just a little more time? Can't make this decision on my own. I don't mean to make you feel uncomfortable, but it's all right. Wait. I nodded in response, seeing how serious Nicola was about the matter. But I'm more worried than uncomfortable. I mean, I feel that there's so much that you're burdened with. Nicola had enough on his mind without needing even more to think about. My feelings about this naturally spilled out. I want to be of help to you. I know there aren't many things that I can help with, but beautiful eyes looked at me lovingly. Let's see, Space. For me, it's more than enough to have a cute wife like you waiting for me at home. A cute wife? I felt flustered, not knowing whether he was serious or joking. Is that all you need? That's not enough. I feel like, is that all you need? Because that's all. I can handle that. I can handle just sitting here waiting for you to come home. You don't need me to do anything else? I mean, we're gonna do other things, but like, just saying. I have no idea. That's not enough. God damn it, girl. Shut your fucking mouth and just listen to the man for once. Sometimes you need to fight the man when he's trying to tell you shit, and you're like, nah, you don't get to tell me what to do. But when he is like, all I need is for you to just be here when I get home. Alright, bitch, I'm cool with that. But listen to the man. Shh. Don't fight him on this. Look, there are times you fight, and this is not one of them, okay? No, that's not enough. Is that so? Oh, you. Stop teasing, Nicola. You! I don't know why. I can't. It's like, every time I have to you! Like, seriously, I feel like we're 80. Oh, you! Stop it, you're so cute. Like, it just feels so awkward. I don't know why. Just, I don't know. It just feels weird every time I have to say it. Like, it's just so out of place and doesn't fit right. I don't know. Anyway. I knew he understood exactly what I meant by that. I don't want to just wait at home. I want to help you in a way that lightens your load. And then, what if Julia teaches you the ways of being a housewife? What do you mean? You know, cooking, cleaning. Whoa, I mean, hello! The house this size and you don't have someone to clean? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not cleaning this whole fucking house. Jesus Christ. My fucking whole entire house could probably fit in his bedroom. I ain't cleaning that shit either. That's not much different from what I do already. Whenever I visited the Falzone Manor, I usually helped cook and clean whenever I could. I just love that, being a good housewife, cooking and cleaning. Alright, this is where you get slapped and I leave. Gilbert never made me cook and clean for him. Because his chef was really fucking good. All I had to do was help Oliver. You know, with math. Like, the fuck? I think I'd rather be doing math with Oliver than cooking and cleaning. I don't mind the cooking part, but I'm not that great at it. But you know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm fine. But like, for this bitch, oh, your standards are way too high. I'm out. You have a professional chef and a fucking maids, but I have to be a good housewife. I'm using air quotes and cook and clean for you. Like, what kind of antiquated 1926 bullshit is it? Couldn't even give a straight face when I said that. Obviously, I did it on purpose because 1920 fucking 6. So, of course, you know, you can't really get mad at it. You're like, oh, that's true. Not actually allowed to work, am I? Can I vote yet? It's Italy. I don't know what the rules were there. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely being a good housewife. It just, your modern sensibilities are like, the fuck? Oh, never mind. It's 1926. Oh, forget about it. Can't even wear pants yet, can I? Seriously. I'm pretty sure I'm not wearing pants, ever. I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as women in pants. That hasn't happened yet. Could you imagine? Dear God. Anyway. You're right. In other words, you're ready to be my wife anytime. Nicola, I pouted with a slight glare, but he didn't seem fazed at all. We're like, I'm trying to be responsible and not just the arm candy, and you're over here fighting me and just telling me to stay home, cook, clean, and pop out babies. What the fuck? We're over here trying. Can I do something? Do you need help in the woodshed or some crap? And he's like, no, sweetie. Wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. Like, you know. Kind of funny, actually. I really don't think you need to do much more than you're already doing. Serious. You're too easy on me, Nicola. Girl, watch your fucking mouth. I know we just played Yang's round, and I know it's been like a month, but I'm still like in that like, oh, don't say shit like that, because he's gonna go hard on you, and it's not with the chores he's gonna put on. We're in the bed. Girl, we're sitting in his bed right now. Watch your fucking words. Phrasing! I sighed with disappointment. As though he wanted to say nothing more, he took my hand and kissed my fingertips, although he's like really fucking suave, isn't he? He continued to trace his lips over the back of my hand. His other hand cradled my cheek, then slid down to my neck. His touch tickled as it reached my shoulder. You're perfect already. Having you beside me gives me all the strength I need, and nothing would make me happier than that. So good with them. Like, okay, I'm won over. All right, sold. Wait, Nicola! Shut up, girl! Before I could stop his hand, don't stop it. It had already moved to pull down the strap of my negligee from my shoulder. Oh, good. Don't make me read it. This is enough. He then kissed me along the neck, working his way down my bare shoulder. His hand slowly moved to my breast. Wait! Why? Yeah, why? My mark will get darker if you touch me anymore. His fingers traced over the birthmark on my chest, a mark I'd always tried to keep hidden. Strangely, the mark had become much more prominent since I became Nicola's lover. Woo! Okay, yeah, so, alright, so we've been fucking this man for God knows how long. I'm just saying. And the mark's getting darker because the Felzone bloodline. I'm just saying, so there you go. Lover. The morning after Nicola and the heroine confess their love, he's surprised to discover another side of himself. They confess their love? Are we okay. All right. I was like, literally about to be like, confessed our love, like with our bodies and not our words. And then there's the CG. So, okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to guess based on this that we boned the man in the first game. Again, I can't remember. So, like, you know, so, but this is a big fat fucking yes. Or, you know, he just slept topless. Throwing that out there. She was adorable from the start of the day. I'm sorry, Space. I'm much happier now because of you. Is this still supposed to be Nicholas saying this? I don't know, whatever. I feel as though I've finally learned what's been inside me all this time. I never expected this to happen to me, and each time I touch you, I want more. I feel as if it's never enough. She spoke my name in a soft voice. And perhaps her throat was feeling weak. Feeling weak for all the, like, screaming I did last night? I'm just... Or maybe she was just trying her best not to interrupt me. I wanted to hear her voice and all the thoughts that came with it. Yes? I asked her with a smile, and she blushed as if remembering what happened. I really can't. Not anymore. I know, and I'm sorry for being so bad at honoring your requests. I really regretted what I did to her, which was why I told myself we were done for today. Even though it was her first time, I took her again as soon as I woke up in the morning. Oh, hi! Okay! And the clock's hands showed that it was nearly noon. I was glad I made arrangements ahead of time to not work today. I'll get us something light to eat, so you wait right here. Do you have any requests? She stirred for a moment, and then she shook her head. I like how he's like, it was her first time, so I was gonna be gentle, and then I was like, nah, fuck this shit! And I just took her again like I wanted. Okay, I'm here for this. Thanks. I'm okay with that. She may have been trying to rouse herself from bed, but she may not be able to anytime soon. Oh, I like how you think you're so good that I can't walk. I'm the one that's supposed to judge that. Don't tell me what I think. That just sounds so fucking cocky. You know what? That is absolutely 100% how I expect Nicola to think. Like, oh, I mean, I'm so good you might not be able to walk again. And you're like, I'm perfectly fine. Don't just stop tooting your own horn over there, buddy. Like, such a Nicola thing to do. Oh, good God. Now I really felt bad about what I did. As something sweet should soothe her throat. Okay. Phrasing, buddy. Better be getting me ice cream. With that, I took a bath and got dressed. I kissed her gently before leaving the room. We're like, I'm gonna go get you something to eat. Yeah, I'm starving. I gotta take a bath, and then I gotta leave. Excuse me. Snap, snap. Breakfast in bed, bitch. I got 3 hours to wait for you. It's lunchtime. Dante and Julia were in the salon. And Julia, do you mind if I borrow the kitchen? I wanted to cook something. Oh my, if you're hungry, I'd be more than happy to prepare something. And no, I know your cooking's the best, Julia. I just wanted to test my own skills, that's all. Understood. We should have everything you need, so feel free to use as much as you like. Grazie, Julia. Nicola. Oh, I'm assuming that's Dante. Nicola. And before I could head into the kitchen, Dante spoke my name in a stern voice. Control yourself. Oh, did you did you hear all that last night, Dante? If only I could promise that. Cooking for my adorable sweetheart. Just the thought of it brought a smile to my face as I walked into the kitchen. I mean, that's actually kind of sweet and adorable, and I love it. Like how Dante's like, control yourself, and he's like, nah, man. Oh, God. Anyway, strangely, the mark had become much more prominent since I became Nicola's lover. I don't mind at all. I think it's beautiful. As though he could feel my desire growing ever so slightly, he rested his lips against it. Oh my God, now I got a meanwhile story? I can't even get laid in this game because it keeps interrupting. We keep getting cock-blocked. Injured? Oh no, who's injured? Oh no, what happened? Oh no, this isn't good. Oh, Orlok? Others. Henry? I mean, Direttore. Shh. We're not supposed to know, right? It's been a while, senor. I do hope things have been well. Have you recovered from your injuries? Not quite, you say? I see. I thought the doctor said you'd be able to return to your normal routine by spring. What a shame that you're still unable to walk. A tragedy indeed. Oh, is he talking? Perhaps you sustained serious damage to the nerves. I must say, it is very worrying. I wonder who was injured in the first game. You know what? Okay, you know what the fun about it could have been nobody from the first game. It could seriously just be a random new character. But when you don't remember the first game, it kind of sucks because you're like, wait, I'm confused. We don't know anything about the Key Maiden and bullshit. Like, he didn't tell us that. Like, what the hell? And it just feels weird. But then there's things like this where you're like, oh, should I remember who it is? And I don't. And it feels like a fun mystery we get to solve. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, sometimes forgetting everything from the first game isn't bad, you know? Anyway. With that, he gently pushed me down onto his bed and had his way with me throughout the night. Okay. Like, alright. That's all I need to make sure I know that we're not playing Parcheesi. As we enjoyed a late breakfast the next morning, Nicholas suddenly spoke up. What were we fucking doing all day from the moment he brought me here until we had dinner, though? I'm just curious. Say, what time do you need to be back? By evening, at least. How about we go to the Falzone Manor after breakfast, then? For work? No, I was thinking of explaining to you what you asked me about yesterday. Yes, I do. But can you give me just a little more time? I can't make this decision on my own. I don't mean to make you feel uncomfortable, but I think actually, I mean, I can totally understand that. He's like, it's not really my place to tell you straight up without conferring with Dante first, so, yeah. I thought you said you needed time. Are you sure about this? Yes, I actually called Dante last night after you fell asleep. He was like, high five, Dante, I boned her to sleep. Please, God, tell me this is not what you talk about on the phone. I see. I don't mean to make too much of the subject. Think of it as something we can discuss over tea. Thank you, Nicola. I nodded in appreciation of his thoughtfulness. Surprised you can walk. Nicholas just thinks he's better than he is. He tries so fucking hard. After breakfast, Nicola and I headed off to the Falzone Manor. Yang would give no fucks about any kind of critique you had. Or if you were like, you know what would be nice? He'd be like, I don't give a shit. Nicola absolutely would be like, just tell me any thoughts, fantasies you have. We'll work it out. And I'll like one up that. I bet he would. Oh, dear fucking God, what is happening? Rather than meet in the salon, we went straight to Dante's office. Oh. The manor was strangely empty, and we didn't encounter a single soldier on our way here. Nicholas said it wouldn't be too serious, but from the looks of it, it seems that it is. Dante always looks so fucking serious. And the Key Maiden and the Keepers of the Grave refer to a secret that the Falzone family has kept for generations, and the knowledge of which could put one at risk of danger. And that's why I decided not to share this information with you until now. But this time, someone claiming to be from the church has come into contact with you. And so we'll disclose to you what we know of the Falzone family lore passed down through the years. Thank you both very much. I took a deep breath to summon my strength. Miss Teo told me that I'm the Key Maiden, but what does that mean? Well, as the name implies, the Key Maiden's the key to unlocking the seal to the sacred relic. The relic? Jesus. Basically. It said that there's a relic of the utmost importance hidden in this town. And the Falzone family's been charged with its protection and therefore called the Keepers of the Grave. Never knew such a thing existed here. Its existence is a closely guarded secret. The only members of the Falzone who know about it are Nicola and myself. And our dads who are dead. You know. I'm just saying. They explained everything bit by bit. That my birthmark was the mark of the Key Maiden. That Sister Sophia was one of the very few who knew about the Falzone family's legend. What? Okay. Oh, the only members of the Falzone who know about it are now. I was like, excuse me? That was me misreading the phrasing in my head. I was like, Sister Sophia knows, so it's not the only person. It wasn't the only people who know, or Nicola and myself. It's the only Falzone members, those two. Yeah. Anyway. That Berlone was given rights apart from those set by the Kingdom of Italy. They explained that Berlone had the rights of a papal state because of the relic and had long been under the protection of the church. So I could unlock this seal to the relic? Only if you pork Dante or Nick. Well, yeah, so now, yes. I can't wait till someone tells. So how do you unlock this? So technically you're the Key Maiden, but you're actually the lock, and you need a penis key in order to unlock. Like, I mean, again, every time this comes up, it's like, it's so funny and fucking like, you're like, yeah, no, it makes tons of, it's like, you want to think that the writers, you're like, oh my God, you're a little perverted, thinking like, oh, she's a Key Maiden and has got a penis in her to unlock the lock. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, the analogy has not been there for like 100 billion years, right? But you're like, seriously? And then you're like, well, nope, this is something that weird fucking church people absolutely would have come up with. And this is, yeah, nope, not surprising. Like, I just feel like it's not, but you're like, Jesus Christ, seriously? What the hell? It's so fucking weird. It's hard to believe that I could be so important. I had even more questions than ever. In fact, it all sounded so foreign to me that I couldn't accept it as fact just yet, right? I don't expect you to take everything we've said at face value. To me, it's nothing more than an old legend, a fantasy. Well, let's go find out if we woke Jesus. I mean, I know I was screaming out for God last night, but never mind. Oh, and this is why all these games get demonetized lately. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. But those of us who believe it to be true see the value of the Key Maiden's existence. It's probably also all the violence. Because now YouTube's got their stupid new rules. You can't swear. Fuck that shit. And violence. It's just because children might be watching. First of all, you shouldn't be under the age of 13 on YouTube anyway, so fuck that bullshit. And I will continue to swear because these are marked as not fucking good for kids. And nobody should be watching these who are fucking underage anyway. And like, it's kind of bullshit that we have to make everything soft and Spacey, because parents can't parent their own fucking children. Parent your own fucking kids. Not stranger on the internet, i.e. me's job to parent your fucking kids. So I'm just throwing that out there. It's kind of bullshit. But seriously, every goddamn fucking video lately has been like limited monetization. It's like, I mean, it's a good thing I don't rely on this as an income. Like, seriously, I do this for fun. Because I feel bad for the people who are like, this is my income, and are now being slapped in the face by the stupid fucking rules because, you know, it's my job to be responsible for some other random fucking person's kid on the goddamn internet. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Nuh-uh. So, it's really freaking ridiculous. Advertisers don't like it. Well, you advertise on worse shit on TV. I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there, but whatever. But good God, it's also all these inappropriate comments. So, we're not going to change anything about the way we keep doing things. Not going to stop, and this is why I will always have my 9-to-5 fucking job. That there is no fucking way in hell this channel will ever supplement my income, like, on my real job. I'm just, like, there's no way in hell. It's just never going to happen. This doesn't even supplement, like, a day's work. A month on this channel does not supplement a day of my paycheck, so that's it. That's why, again, we do it for fun. But, shit. We're gonna get banned from YouTube after, at a certain point. It's gonna get to the point where, like, no, you swore once, you're banned. So, it's just getting that way, so. One day when I disappear, that's what happened. Okay. Just throwing that out there. Either that, or we put up a game we weren't supposed to because I'm stupid and I... Like Bustafellows. God. So dumb. Anyway. Me, not the game. Like, me not reading that was so stupid. Anyway. Which is why the foul zone has always watched over you. Long before the day that Nicola brought you here. Even before you first called the church your home. You're like, your dad was watching me? That's weird. I had no idea. In any case, this doesn't mean things will suddenly change. You can go on living life as you usually do. I'm gonna guess that that's a load of bullshit based on the game that we're playing and that Teo showed up and you're telling me all this and... yeah. I've seen this movie. Apart from this, there hasn't been so much as a whiff of danger. But if something does happen... if something does happen that makes us feel differently, we'll be sure to take care of it immediately. Our eyes are always open. Promise. You, Nicola. I nodded and looked up at them sincerely. Thank you very much for protecting me for so long, all these years. Thank you. As I expressed my gratitude, Dante gave a soft smile. He's so precious. Nicola's own smile seemed somewhat troubled. After sharing with me the legend of the Key Maiden, Dante needed to leave the manor to attend to an important meeting. Nicola and I stayed behind and were enjoying some coffee and sweets, courtesy of Julia. I'm sure all this was surprising, but don't let what you heard bother you. The Fell Zone will protect you, but we won't force you to do anything. Nothing will change. Yeah, you don't have to, because I've basically already, like, done my job by doing you, basically. That being said, I'm concerned about this Teo. If he ever comes in contact with you again, please let me know. I'll text you, don't worry. I will. By the way, Nicola, what's the relic hidden in Brelone? I'm sorry, but I don't exactly know myself. I have a hunch, but it's probably best that we not get carried away by speculation. Dante should know, being that he's the leader of the Falzone family. I doubt he'd disclose what it is unless absolutely necessary. You see, if Nicola wasn't told what it was, then it was likely something that was best kept secret. A silence now hung over the salon. What do you think it is? Come on. Is it a Yeti? Nicola's long eyelashes were lowered, and it seemed he was deep in thought. Nicola doesn't seem to believe in this legend of the relic, but yet I felt as though he was taking the situation more seriously than Dante and I were. And he really does have long eyelashes. I felt a strange sense of unease rising up within me. Ooh, we're in chapter 2 already? Hell yeah, look at that. Assuming that says agitated in fucking, like, Italian? A few days passed since then, and one day... So, should I deliver these to him? I rested my hand on the edge of the basket full of baked goods. Sister Sophia knew a man of some prominence who lived here in Boulogne and asked me to pay him a visit. Yes, he's been a great patron of ours and seems to enjoy these more and more each year. He's felt under the weather for some time now. If you don't mind, would you spend a while chatting with him while you're there? Oh my god, it's the guy with the broken legs. Yes, I'd be happy to. With that, I picked up the basket and set off right away, and this is a trap! It's such a fucking trap! I'm so glad he was pleased with the visit. Okay, never mind. I really was just fully expecting something bad to happen already. The elderly man welcomed me with open arms, delighted by the baked goods and my company. I talked to him about how things were at the church, and he listened with an approving smile. With the conversation so lively, time just flew by. Before I knew it, it was already past noon. I'm sure he's out already, but the Falzone Manor was only a few minutes away. I'll stop by just to say hello. Like, I'm just like, stop by. I was on my way. Took the long way around town. I'm just kidding. I peeked into Falzone's salon. Like, we're calling Dante Falzone. Peeked into Falzone's salon. Like, it just sounds so weird coming from us. And saw Leo taking in deep breaths with utter seriousness. Leo, what's the matter? Perfect timing. I was just about to head inside Nicola's room to wake him up. Over there, like, he's psyching himself up to just fucking makes that funnier. Okay, I can do this. He's over there. You can do it, Leo. You've got this. You are A+ soldier. You can do this. And you're like, do what? What are you doing? I have to wake up Nicola. I'm scared. I love it. Nicola's still asleep since he came back early this morning, but... What? I'm waking up serious business. He's always grumpy and gets so mad that I'm terrified. Mad? Really? Seeing Leo so desperate, I'll go wake him up. Are you sure about that? Like, no, I'm like, I want to be like, tell me more about this. It's funny. But also, I'll go do it. I feel like I'll go do it. Oh, no, it's, are you sure about that? Okay. Really? Well, I know Nicola isn't a morning person, but are you sure about all that? You can't even imagine how tough it is waking him up. No, let me show you what I mean. Oh, God, yes. Oh, my God, Leo. Leo looks so sad. In his eyes, he literally looks like he knows he's about to die. He's like, this is it, isn't it? It's my last meal. Okay. I love this so much. Leo and I headed to Nicola's room. I can't wait to see this. Leo took another deep breath before turning the door handle and walking in. I waited out in the corridor, listening closely. Leo's voice grew further as he approached the bed. I would have gone in. I want to see this. I really just need a CG of fucking, like, Nicola tangled up in the fucking, like, duvet cover or, like, fucking comforter or whatever, like, choking fucking, and, like, Leo's like, ah! You can picture it in your head, and you're like, it's just... Nicola half asleep, tangled, like, just poor fucking Leo, like, ah! Freaking out, like, flailing, trying to get away. Like, I can see it in my head, and it's hilarious, and I just need it in my life now. Nicola, it's more, ah! Shut up. I heard the sound of a pillow hitting Leo's face, which was followed by a low growl. I also just want to see that. Nicola! I gingerly poked my head through the doorway. Space? You're here? Yes? Well, I'll wash up and meet you in the salon. Oh, wait there! Nicola got out of bed in a hurry and ran straight into the bathroom. With his mission accomplished, Leo dragged his heavy feet out into the hallway. Leo, I'm so sorry. You see that? But to be honest, it ended better than usual because you were here today. No, okay. I think we've mentioned this before in other games, and I don't remember where it was. I think it was in Cupid Parasite, to be honest with you. Where it's like, oh, it was an awkward elevator ride, and you're like, I need to see what's happening. This is another one of those things where, like, yeah, we saw a little glimpse, right? But I really wish that there were just random, like, asides at the end, just random little scenes where it'd be like, this is Leo waking Nicola up normally. Like, I don't want to read it. I want it to be like anime style, where I want it to totally, fully be animated voice, whatever, where it's like, you just watch the scene happen. You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, you've seen it before in, like, movies or TV shows or whatever, where, like, it'll be like, oh, we had this weird conversation, blah, 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 but then at the end, after the credits, there'll be just this little secret bonus scenes, kind of like at the end of all the Avengers movies, you know, there's just this random little scene, the secret little thing, like the shawarma scene, right? Like, oh, we should get shawarma. Oh, okay. And it's just a conversation, but at the end credits, there's just, like, that secret little hidden scene. Something random from the movie. That's what I want in Otome games. Because what I really want is, like, at the end of the fucking game just to be, like, a total animated scene where we just see this. Or, like, even if you have to read it, but I just want a fucking CG that goes with it. Again, like, fucking Nicola tangled up in the sheets, like, ah! Like, crazed because he just got woken up choking poor fucking Leo. And, you know, you just, like, to see what that's like. Or when it's random conversations, you're like, it was a very awkward elevator ride. And you're like, I want to know how awkward. I want to see that scene. I want you to play it out for me. Like, it'd be fucking hilarious. Anyway, I'd never seen someone so upset at waking up before. That would be me if you wake me up. Not as bad as Nicola, I don't think, but I never knew Nicola was like that. I had my suspicions that Nicola always made a particular effort to be nice to me in the mornings. Leo chuckled at my obvious surprise. Nicola wakes up in a snap if you're the one waking him up. So, you have any tips for me? Be a cute girl? Kiss him, maybe? Well, no, not exactly. Stroke his face. Tell him he's pretty. Figured as much. Leo's shoulders slumped. He then took his leave, saying that he needed to get back to work. I went back to the salon and waited for Nicola to arrive. And I'm probably going to end it here, even though we're a little under time, because I just feel like this scene might be... It could be fast, it might not be, but anyway. Also, I've laughed too goddamn much, I need a break. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.